Hello everyone. So I want to talk a little bit about the 3 weeks, the laws and the custom that we have in this period. First of all, for 830 years, there stood an edifice upon Jerusalem hilltop, that served as the point of contact between man and heaven and earth. So central was this edifice to the relationship between man and Hashem and God, that nearly 2/3 of the mitzvot are contingent upon its existence. Its destruction is regarded as the greatest tragedy of our history, and its rebuilding will mark the ultimate redemption, the restoration of harmony between God's creation and between God's and His creation. A full 3 weeks of the year, yes, the 3 weeks between the strings, from 17th of Tammuz until 9th of Av, are designed as a time of mourning over the destruction of the Holy Temple and the resultant galut, physical exile and spiritual displacement in which we find ourselves still today. In this period, many calamities befell the Jewish people through the generation. It was during this period of between the strains that both the first and the second temple were destroyed. Okay, so this period is going to start on the 17th of Tammuz, which will fall this year on Shabbat. But because it's Shabbat, we're not going to fast on Shabbat, we're going to fast on Sunday. So from Sunday to 9th of Av, we have 3 weeks of mourning. So during this period, what we don't do usually, we don't conduct weddings. Engagement parties without music are allowed until Rosh Chodesh. We don't play musical instruments or listen to music. Vocal music is still permitted, but of course, if we enjoy that, it's not really something that we should do. We don't recite the Shechianu blessing. We don't wear new clothing or eat fruits which have not yet been eaten this season, so that we will not say Shechianu. Of course, if we do find a fruit like that, we can keep it until Shabbat, and there are things that we can buy if we're not gonna find the same price and not use it then. Yes, we can use it on Shabbat, or we wait for those 3 weeks and use it after. We don't take a haircut or shave. Of course, Sephardic communities, many Sephardic communities have different customs, and they do shave and take a haircut up until the week that 9th of Av falls on. Of course, you can always ask a rabbi about different situations, and the laws of mourning are suspended on Shabbat. Okay, so on Shabbat we're not going to fast. This includes also the 17th of Tammuz and 9th of Av. Only on Yom Kippur we also fast if it falls on Shabbat. But if 9th of Av or 17th of Tammuz are going to fall on Shabbat, we are waiting until Sunday to postpone them. And of course, why we suspend that? Why suspend it if it falls on Shabbat? Because Shabbat is a day that brings us a little bit of the time of the Mashiach. Okay, through these days and weeks that we have, we feel the persecution and the spiritual estrangement, and we do believe that in the end it's going to be good. It's also written that when the Mashiach is going to come and we'll have the third temple, Bezrat Hashem, all these days are going to be days of celebration. So very soon, with the coming of the Mashiach, we will understand that all the suffering was necessary in order to reach the ultimate good. At this time, the prophets foretell these sorrowful days will be transformed into days of joy. So every Shabbat constitutes a foretaste of the Messianic era. As such, on Shabbat, we only focus on the positive element of this period. Aside from the technical rules and restriction, during this period, we spend extra time contemplating the less than perfect state of the world today. And I think this is the bottom line for this period, because many people, it's very, very hard to connect with something that happened so many years ago that we don't know how it is to live with a temple. We don't know what it means to have a temple, even though we read about it, we learn about it, but we don't know. We didn't feel it, we didn't experience it. So to connect with this, it's sometimes very, very hard. But I think that we all need to understand that when the Mashiach is going to come, when we're going to have the third temple, B'ezrat Hashem, yes, the world is going to be a completely different world. It's going to be a world of good and happiness and no illness and no death anymore and nothing from we're not going to be slaves of the material anymore. So the fact that we're not there yet, that we didn't correct it, everything yet to get there, I think this is a time that we can, use this time that we have, the 3 weeks, to learn a little bit more, to try to connect a little bit more with Hashem, to realize that we want the Mashiach, we want the rebuilding of the temple, we want to have redemption, and we want the world to fulfill, yes, to finish the correction, to finish the tikkun that we so many years are inside this, and we wait for a different world, a world of Hashem, that every single person is going to know Hashem and acknowledge Hashem in the world. I wish you all meaningful 17 of Tammuz and meaningful 3 weeks, that we will all merit to connect a little bit more and learn a little bit more and arrive to that desire that we do want the redemption here and now. Have a great day.